Beloved heart, before we begin, I have a special gift for you. If you've been feeling the intensity of Earth's rising plasma light codes and want to stay centered in your body and heart and energy field, I've created a free light language quantum grounding activation just for you. This transmission will help you stabilize, integrate, and align with the new frequencies flowing onto the planet. Simply join my mailing list. See the link that's in the show notes to receive instant access. Let's ground into the light together.
This is the transfiguration of the new you. Hello, beloved. Welcome back to another episode of Monica Bermudez. I'm your host. This is season 2, episode 44, The Alchemy of Fire and Water. Today's episode marks a profound threshold. I had a huge download earlier today, which had me write this whole episode in relation to the alchemy of fire and water, which is so relevant to this whole new cycle that we're entering. On January 26, 2026, a 14-year cycle comes to completion as Neptune leaves Pisces. And I had briefly talked about this in previous episodes, but I'm going to dive a little deeper into it. And so it enters in Aries, initiating an entirely new episode. An entirely new cycle of energetic era. It could be an episode 2, which is what has been dissolving, blurring, and dissolving again finally gives way to clarity, action, and conscious creation. So this is not a subtle shift. This is not a gentle closing. This is the end of illusion and the beginning of embodied truth in motion. And most importantly, this transition activates a rare and powerful alchemical partnership. When I speak of alchemy, alchemy means is transformational, and it is an ancient term that has existed from an ancient civilization for eons, and it's just been hidden and buried. So, water and fire, learning how to work together. Neptune is water, Aries is fire, and the year of the horse is fire, which gets initiated February 17, which I'll get more into it. Today, I'll share what the planetary transition truly signifies, the alchemical meaning of fire and water, and how to consciously work with this formula as we prepare for the year of the horse on February 17, 2026. And we'll close with a guided meditation to anchor this new cycle in. For the past 14 years, Neptune has been moving through Pisces, its home sign. So this period was necessary. It softened boundaries, it expanded spiritual awareness, it opened psychic perception, sensitivity, and collective empathy. But on the other hand, it also magnified deception, projection, and spiritual bypassing, confusion disguised as faith, illusions mistaken for intuition, and increased delusional states as well. So many people felt more but discerned less. So dreams were vivid, but often ungrounded, like having actual visions and dreams of something that they want to manifest in their reality. So it was very much ungrounded for most cases. And truth was sensed, but not always acted upon. So this cycle taught us how easily inspiration can dissolve when it lacks clarity. And now the chapter closes, not as a punishment, but as a graduation and initiation. When Neptune enters Aries, everything changes. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. It is the spark, the initiator, the force that says, I am here and I move. Neptune in Aries does not ask you to dream longer. It asks you to decide, to choose, and to act. And this is the beginning of clear spiritual authority, action guided by intuition, dreams that demand follow through, discernment that cuts through illusion. If Pisces said, feel everything, Aries says, choose. Fire brings direction to water. Water brings wisdom to fire. Neither dominates, neither escapes. So they become alchemy. And coming out of 2025, especially for those who went through so much challenge or loss, created a lot of lessons learned that made us wiser.
Beloved, if you're craving deeper connection, intuitive expansion, and consistent energetic support, join me inside the Frequency Resonance Lounge. This is a monthly Master Heart Circle, moon ceremonies that includes the full and new moon, and a private community for connections. Link is in the show notes.
In ancient wisdom of alchemy, fire and water were never meant to cancel each other out. Fire alone burns too fast. Water alone dissolves without form. But together, they create transformation. So fire represents a will, the courage, initiation, conscious action, spiritual leadership. Water represents intuition, perception, emotional intelligence, subtle awareness, inner knowing, discernment, and is soothing and calming. The alchemical formula for this new era is simple but exacting. Intuition without action dissolves. Action without intuition destroys. The cycle requires both. This is why many are feeling called not just to awaken, but to step forward in their own leadership, to lead, to speak clearly, to move decisively. And this is not the era of passive spirituality. This is the era of aligned leadership. And those who have been in leadership before will feel more of this impulse in a much more clear, next level way of leadership as well in relation to their purpose and mission and their role here on earth. That is your role. So on February 17, 2026, we enter the year of the horse. And to be precise, it is the fire horse, an archetype of freedom, momentum, and forward movement. The horse does not hesitate. It responds to direction. It requires clarity from its rider, which is you. It's each and every one of us riding this fire horse. So Neptune in Aries prepares us for this. If the horse represents raw movement, fire is the ignition, water is the guidance. And this is a year that rewards decisive clarity, ethical leadership, spiritual integrity, intuition applied through action, and it challenges indecision, avoidance, false authority, illusion without responsibility. So this is a year where truth and authenticity accelerates outcomes. So now we're going to get into this meditation to help with the integration of this alchemical shift of the alchemy of fire and water. So you don't need to visualize perfectly, you don't need to do anything right. Simply listen and just be in a moment with this to allow the clarity to arise. So get yourself settled in for a moment for this guided meditation. And as you settle in a comfortable position, whether you're laying down or sitting, begin by bringing your attention inward and take several deep breaths to regulate the nervous system before entering. Taking deep breaths through your nose and slowly exhaling through your mouth. And do that 7 times. So just allow a moment for that. Now you may pause this longer as needed and revisit this whole meditation as often as you so desire. Now imagine yourself standing at the edge of 2 elements. On one side, water, clear, vast, intelligent. On the other side, fire, steady, luminous, and purposeful. Neither overwhelms you, neither demands. Now imagine these 2 elements moving toward one another, not to fight, but to merge. Where they meet, a new force forms. Not steam, not destruction, but clarity. This clarity moves through your awareness and reveals what is ready to end, what is ready to begin, what is no longer aligned, what now requires action. So just take a moment for that. Now silently declare the following, and I'll repeat this 3 times to anchor it in within your heart. I release illusion with gratitude. I act with discernment and clarity. My intuition guides my decisions. My actions honor truth. I release illusion with gratitude. I act with discernment and clarity. My intuition guides my decisions. My actions honor truth. I release illusion with gratitude. I act with discernment and clarity. My intuition guides my decisions. My actions honor truth. Allow this integration to complete within your own heart. And just take one deep breath to your nose and slowly release through your mouth. And so it is done. And when you're ready, gently return your attention to the present moment. This is not just a new cycle, it is a new responsibility. With great power comes great responsibility. To live clearly, to act consciously, to let intuition lead, but never replace action. Thank you for being here, and thank you for walking this threshold with awareness, for holding the light even when things seem very challenging and chaotic. If this episode resonated, please like, subscribe, and share it with others who are ready to move from dreaming into aligned creation. Until next time.
If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to click like, save, and share with others so they can also experience what you just experienced. And stay tuned for some more high vibe episodes. And I'll be connecting with you in the next quantum field. Sending you so much love.